Everyone. Good night to whoever is listening to me. Today is the 18th of April 2020, and I want us to reflect about God's mercy. What is God's mercy all about? God's mercy surpasses God's justice. This mercy is something that cannot be questioned, something that cannot be argued about, because its source is God's soul. Its source is the intimacy that God have for I and you. This intimacy makes him go beyond justice. This intimacy fills his soul that all he has is nothing else except his mercy. And approaching the Divine Mercy Sunday, I want to think about so many persons who are suffering. I want to think about those who are suffering from the pandemic virus, which is the coronavirus. And I also want to think about some persons who might have been thinking and reflecting about. Yesterday, I was watching, some persons in Kenya who have been. Those are basically refugees from different countries: Uganda, Tanzania, from Congo, from Sudan, who have been, suffering for various needs. They are homeless, first of all. They have no a place they can call their home. They live under a bridge, and they live just like a family. They are women, they are children, and actually one of the brothers, sister, is infected with asthma. So it happened that one of them had to take suicide because of hunger. And when he went to beg or to look for food, he was beaten up by the police. And I think he found, and questioned himself and found that there was no need to live. He missed that portion that remains in you, that would think of God's mercy, that would think of God's providence. So he hung himself. And tonight I have a strange story of one of my fellow brother, a friend of mine, who was sharing with me a situation that he is in. And in this situation, it's one of his friends. He feels, okay, maybe he might have betrayed him and so forth. But at the same time, he feels because his friend insulted him, he feels worthless. He feels that he has no more strength to move on. And even a while ago, that was the matter that we were discussing about, And I'm telling him, there is always something that you can look up to. You can always look up to the mercy of God, because the mercy of God is immense. When you feel like your life has come to an end, when you feel that your starvation has come to an end, that is when God comes. And I'm asking him, if this person feels that his family members are against him, that he cannot connect with his family members, he cannot connect with his mother, he cannot connect with his father, he cannot connect with his brothers and sisters. I'm asking him, whom do you think you are? You're merely a man. It is only God's Spirit. It is God's mercy that can ever bring this person back to himself. And if God wants him for himself, he'll bring him back. And we must always remember, yes, we are following God, but we are not the Messiah. The Messiah has to do his work for himself. God has to work for himself. There are situations that we cannot solve. There are situations that we cannot reach out to. There are situations that we can only leave God's mercy to mitigate, God's mercy to act. And it is only in those situations that we come to entrust God's power. We must realize that we as human beings, we are limited, but God's mercy is overflowing and it is new every morning that you wake up. This is something that encourages me. So, my dear brother and sister who is there, you're worried, you're stressed, you're depressed of so many things. There's some situations you can't come into a conclusion. You must surrender them to Jesus. You must surrender them to God. Do not take up everything on your shoulder. Even Jesus Christ himself had to be helped to carry the cross. He did not pick it up alone to Calvary. Someone else had to help him somewhere on the way to carry his cross. So do not carry your burdens alone. Do not take them alone. And it is good that you share them with someone that you trust. It is good that you share them with someone who is responsible. Because many a time we take so much burdens on our shoulders. We forget that we have a God. We forget that Jesus is there, who is capable to help us carry our burdens. Right now, so many persons will be financially unstable. Do not take a rope. Do not take suicide. That is not the answer. You got a life and a life to live, and your life is beautiful, whether you have or you do not have, because God is always there present. He's always there to provide. With those few remarks, I encourage you, my brother and sister, take up your cross. It is not that beautiful. It is not that interesting. But if you take it, and as I keep saying, if you journey alone, you're going to get tired. But if you journey with God, you're going to be happy. So, as tomorrow we celebrate the Sunday of Divine Mercy Chaplet, I will finish by saying this, or by chanting this together with you. Eternal Father, I offer you the body and blood, soul and divinity of your dearly beloved Son, our Lord Jesus Christ, in atonement for our sins and those of the whole world. For the sake of his sorrowful passion, have mercy on us and of the whole world. May God's mercy reach out to me. May God's mercy reach out to you. All of us, we belong to one Father God who will save us from all that we are going through. God bless you.